can confirm 10:30 p.m. is probably the worst time to start filming a YouTube video. But here we are. Dude, everything hurts. Ugh, sore. Hey everyone, my name is Sarah, and today we're going to be talking about prioritizing a crazy, hectic schedule. It's funny because when I first had the idea of making this video, I was at this point in my life where my life was about to get super busy. Like, I already committed to a bunch of things, and I was like, oh, that's going to be a lot. I looked at my calendar and I was really overwhelmed, and I'm looking at my calendar again and I'm still overwhelmed. The difference between that and now is that before I was planning ahead and now I'm in it. Having to adjust to so many different life changes happening all at once is kind of a lot. First of all, welcome to February, everyone, which apparently is the real start to 2025. I guess for everyone, January was a trial run that we didn't like, so we're gonna start over, and it's gonna start now. So yay, happy new year for real this time. It's funny because I posted a video about like, this new year is gonna be really cool and everything that we want to happen is gonna happen, and it's all gonna take a big act of faith. And then January happened and it wasn't amazing. Some parts of it were okay. I had some good ups, I had some really low lows. God, what? I feel like for a lot of us, the end of 2024 going into the beginning and all of January of 2025, we were all manifesting and putting things out into the universe that we want for this year, which is all fine and dandy because I did that too. But I think I'm getting to this point where that's all nice and it's good, and that's gonna help set us up for the rest of this year and later on. But manifesting and just words only go so far. I think for me, now is the time to put those words into action. Okay, so we want this thing, but we're over here. How are we gonna get from over here to over here? We gotta take some baby steps. Like, thoughts and prayers are nice, but what you gonna do about it? You know what I mean? So here is where prioritizing comes into play. So in my own personal life, this seems to be a season where I'm just doing a lot because I want to do a lot. So I'm doing a lot, but it's a lot. Regardless of how you time manage, if you have a lot going on, when you look at your planner or your calendar, it's gonna probably feel a little overwhelming. So here's something that I've learned about prioritizing things in your life, all the aspects of your life, really. I didn't think this through. I only have one hand free, but I'm gonna make it work. So think of all of your tasks and activities and responsibilities as something that you put into a jar, and we can categorize them as boulder, pebble, and sand. They're all gonna fit in this jar. Don't even worry about it. They're all gonna fit in this jar, I promise. So the boulders are the top priority things in your life, right? These are the things you absolutely have to do. For example, taking a break, eating, drinking water. When it comes to things involving work or investments, or if it has to do with somebody else's time or energy, those probably take top priority in your life or in your day-to-day, correct? For example, scheduled meetings, or you have to meet up with somebody, or you planned something a long time ago, so you kind of have to put those as high priorities. Those things are for sure going to be in your mason jar of what you have to do, and those are interchangeable depending on the day. So the next thing are pebbles, or like little stones. Those are the things that don't take as high priority, but they kind of are pressing matters. For example, you have two different tasks. Let's say one of those things is having to prep for a meeting that's coming up. And another thing for us actors, creatives, is submitting an audition video. Two very important things. You might get assigned or sent one of those things the day before the other, so you have to kind of figure out what goes first. In that case, it might be best to go based on the deadline. Is the submission video due sooner rather than the meeting? Or is the meeting tomorrow and the video submission deadline isn't until next week? So those would probably be the pebbles that are going in the jar. Now the last thing is sand, and obviously those are kind of little, they can slip through your fingers. They're just kind of like, yeah, well, whatever. And those are literally anything and everything else in life, like your hobbies, your interests, relaxing in watching a movie or playing video games, or something that's just not necessarily top priority, but it's something you kind of enjoy, but it can be moved around a little bit. Those can definitely be squeezed into your day, but it's probably going to be just kind of whenever. Now, both the danger and the beauty of these boulders, pebbles, sand, grains of sand is that they all vary for different people. For some who aren't pursuing a career in the arts, they probably don't have to go to a bunch of auditions. They might not have big meetings coming up, or for some people, these are really important investment meetings that they have to show up to and be very prepared for. That all is different. Maybe some people spend too much time hanging out with their friends and family and ignoring their other responsibilities. Not saying that any of these things are bad, but you kind of have to be honest with yourself and say, okay, what do I actually have to do today? What can be put off until later? What do I actually feel like I need to replenish myself to keep myself going throughout the day, throughout the week? It's important to just be honest with yourself and be completely transparent so you can see the bigger picture. And the cool part is that these things also vary day to day. Yes, listen to your body, listen to your brain, like check in with your mental state, see where you're at, and then kind of go from there. Like, the thing is about prioritizing your schedule is that it's an everyday matter. You have to do this at the top of the day so you can figure out where you're going for the day. You need a sense of direction. I've heard from a lot of people who have read Atomic Habits or like heard of Atomic Habits or heard of things that are written in the book Atomic Habits. I personally haven't even read it yet, but something you can do in order to start changing your lifestyle without having to drastically change your entire lifestyle in like a day is switching up your routine. That way it becomes more of a habit for you, and then it sets you up for the success that you want. And honestly, y'all, life is short and life is gonna just keep going and trucking along. What do you actually have to accomplish at the end of the day? So that's the mentality I'm trying to go into this new month with. I hope it helps you a little bit, and if you're also on the same track as me, go ahead and subscribe so we can hang out more and we can talk about it in the comments. But that is all I have for today. Let me know in the comments about anything else you guys want to talk about and we can discuss in future videos. Thanks for hanging out with me. Oh my gosh, my elbow cracked. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, everyone. It is late o'clock and I gotta go to bed and prioritize my schedule for tomorrow as well. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. So all I wanna do is think about what you think about.